T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Welcome everyone to Game Week 32, Project Restart, Americans Talk FPL. I'm Barat.
And I'm Jason.
Alright, once again, congratulations to Liverpool. Much an easy season for them and a very impressive season. Yeah, Jason?
Yeah, they didn't really have a whole lot of competition, but they also kind of knocked it out of the park, so you got to give props where props are due.
Well, I guess I should take it. Maybe not easy season. This is still like the Premier League is getting stronger every year, but they definitely most points at this time, right? I think they're beating City, right? Like City's over 100-point season.
Yeah, they could beat City's point record, but Klopp has already said he plans on rotating, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so
technically they can still do it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like the most points pretty much ever at this point. Yeah, I mean, obviously then that plays big fantasy role, big fantasy changes with Liverpool. Now we got to see them, we got to see all the big Trent, Mane, Salah on target, but now there could be a rotation, yeah?
I would expect some at the very least.
For sure. All right, apologies on the late podcast here. Obviously, we're both salary working men. And some issues yesterday. I couldn't quite get the podcast in.
If you guys subscribe, though, maybe we will get paid to do this and we can have our videos more prompt for you. So, we could all benefit from that.
Right. Yeah, obviously, if you guys enjoy the videos, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate the views. They're going up. Just like our teams are going up, right, Jason? We got the green arrows or no? Today.
I had a red arrow. I don't know about you.
Yeah, this week I was kind of stagnant. I think just barely green arrow. I'm now top 430K, I believe. You're pretty much the same, like 130K or so, right, Jason?
Yeah, somewhere around there, I think. I have it on a slide coming up, so I can tell you exactly.
Yeah. So this episode, we'll just go over who we thought was impressive over 32, 31, or 31 and 30. Talk a little bit about who we're scouting, our teams, our plays, etc.
Yep, got a lot of stuff going forward. We're happy about a lot of guys on here, so we'll dig into that.
Again, we've been doing this for over 15 years now. Plenty of top experience, plenty of top 500 to top 250, occasional top 100K finishes. Anything to add, Jason?
Yeah, I think I usually finish higher than you, so that's kind of been a common theme as well. So, I mean...
Yeah, you finished higher than me. My
opinion might have more weight than yours, so like when you guys are like listening into this, just keep that in mind.
Someone listened to me about Trent last week, and they did pretty well, yeah?
Yeah, that idiot in the intro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's actually our friend. He's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
We're killing him in fantasy, but, real life, he's a Liverpool fan, so he decided to have a little celebration there. And we're going to give him a shout-out. included his video in here.
Exactly. Yeah. Congrats again to Liverpool and all the Liverpool fans. All right, let's get started. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the recap.
Tell me a little bit what you saw with this whole game week 31.
All right. First match: Leicester versus what was it? Brighton. Man, that was terrible. That match was actually so bad, I considered quitting fantasy when I was watching it.
Just stop.
But luckily for you guys, I came to my senses and decided not to do it. But bottom line, that was bad. Leicester, their attack was terrible. Defense was decent enough, so like you could possibly invest there. But man, I'm not feeling their offense right now. Any of them.
Yeah. So not Vardy. You're not a Vardy party guy.
No, I mean he's not really getting that many chances. Like nothing was happening.
What do you think of their defense, though? I think with Ndidi, like they used to have a great defense when Ndidi was.
They're not letting in many goals, so that's good. So you want to invest in like a James Justin, or if you already have like Soyun Chu, I'd stay with him. But that'd be the way to go if you want to invest in Leicester right now as the defense, I think.
I think about it, but they don't got the best schedule either, though. That's the problem.
No, it's not fantastic. Not terrible, but not fantastic.
All right, let's move on to Spurs. Harry Kane, he finally scored.
Yeah.
Looked exhausted, though, yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of poor touches, missed some chances, but in the end, he got his goal. I think Mourinho's going to stick with him. He seems a pretty secure starter. I mean,
for sure.
I'm not investing in him right now necessarily, but you want to keep your eye on him. Possibly make a move. If you're like an Aubameyang owner, I consider making a move pretty soon, like within the next week or two.
Right. If you got like an Aubameyang, or if you still got like someone like a Salah or Mane, that might be someone you could go to. Is Kane?
Nice little trade out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always like, who do you have a preference, Son or Kane, right now?
Based on my eye test, I think Son looks better. But based on like the position being taken on the field and the chances he's getting, it's hard to go away from Kane in that respect. So you could go either way, but I kind of lean towards Kane right now.
I would definitely lean more Son. He played fairly well. He did have that almost goal, just barely offside.
Yeah, barely.
He's got the assist. He's been more. He's had a more consistent season because he's stayed fairly healthy. Well, not
for sure.
I mean, compared to Kane. So I'd lean Son.
I can't really argue with that. I mean, it's 50-50 for me, really. I just kind of slightly lean towards Kane just because of the chances he's going to get. But
he might be a bigger differential than Son.
That's true, too.
Next up, your favorite team, Man United, Jason. Looking great.
Yeah, that was a nice match. They finally played Pogba and Fernandes together from the start. And the result was everything that Man United fans were hoping for.
It was, what did you call it? Like, was it a quartet or quintet?
I called it the Magic Quintet. Bruno, Pogba, Rashi, Martial, and Greenwood.
Did they all get subbed out at the same time too?
Yeah, it was the first time. I think it was the first time ever there was 5 substitutions at the same time.
Yeah, it was the first time ever. So historic there for United.
History was made.
Rashford, like, he could have had a hat trick. Yeah, just not clinical.
It's disappointing at both matches. Now he's had some really good chances, even better in the Sheffield match. But yeah, he's a little rusty with his finishing right now. He couldn't quite put him away. But I mean,
he's just not clinical, dude. He's just not that 9. Martial's a 9 to me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Rashford's not a true 9. He's way better coming in off the left wing, for sure.
Yeah.
But that being said, even normally he would still finish those chances. So going forward, I love Rashford right now. He's going to get a lot more chances, and he's going to start burying them soon.
Yeah, one of our big recommendations, Jimenez, since Project Restart, he's been doing exceptional, and Wolves as well in general. They've just looked excellent. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, they look excellent. They have an excellent schedule. Jimenez keeps delivering. Traore, he's a little hit and miss with his starts, just based on the formation they play. But he started this match. He got an assist. Can't argue with that.
That was just the first game, though. The first game he didn't start. Game week 30, right?
Right. Yeah. He didn't start at that because they went with a 3-5-2 in that match. But yeah, he started this one. Looked great. Their defense is obviously awesome.
Doherty.
Yeah, Doherty is the fantasy pick of the bunch, but he's also kind of premium. Saiz is good, but keep in mind he's on 9 yellow cards now, so one more and he's suspended. So keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, Wolves' defense is getting the clean sheets. You guys should really double up on Wolves in general. Same with Man United. Next,
maybe even triple up.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that later, I guess. Next up, Liverpool. Finally, again, champions. Congrats. But we don't know what's going to happen with the whole... What are they going to do with the rotation?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I'm going to stay with Trent Alexander-Arnold for now, but that's it.
Right, so that's a big talking point, right? Trent... So you think he's gonna start? He's pretty much on everyone. He's on a lot of player teams. So
yeah, he's on a lot of teams. I think he has less competition for his place than some of the other defenders.
Yeah,
they have a young right back. I can't remember his name right now, but he got like 30 minutes in the last match. But that's a potential rotation option, but not quite to the same extent that the other 3 guys have.
Yeah, I think right now I'll keep Trent. I think he probably will start versus. They play City. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say. Like, it'd obviously be great for them to beat City and just rub it in their face even more.
I don't think they're gonna try that hard though.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've been celebrating a long time. I don't know what kind of frame of mind they're in now.
You gotta question that motivation. Do they really care? I don't think they do. They're going to get goals scored on them, man, against Man City.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd back off from them.
I might get out of Trent. Myself.
Yeah. I'll give it a week or two and see what happens with him. I have other moves that are more important now.
The only problem is, Trent's been a fantasy favorite all season, so obviously I have a lot of points invested in him. We'll see what happens. I can't make a play just yet. Gotta check the rumors. There's gonna be a hours before kickoff type of thing.
Yep.
Finally, Arsenal get the win. Yeah.
Yeah, back on track. Kind of got handed to them with Alex McCarthy just passing the ball straight to them, but a win's a win.
Yeah, the Nketiah goal is just bad defensive errors.
Yep. Yeah, so I wasn't super thrilled with Arsenal, but they got the job done, so fair to them.
Yeah, I wasn't quite impressed, but I did hear Aubameyang did get some chances. So
yeah, another game, a lot more great chances. I really don't know how he blanked again. It's shocking. He had lots of great looks, and somehow it just didn't go in or didn't get the assist. But yeah, that's life sometimes. He's on one of his most barren runs for Arsenal, I think, in his Arsenal career right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been 2-3 games in a row.
Yeah, which for him, that's a long time. Normal players, that's not that bad, but
no, he's special. Yeah, we're talking an elite striker, top 3 in terms of goals scored in the Premier League.
Yep.
So, yeah. Finally, probably the match of the week, or the match of the week, Chelsea big upset versus City to me.
Yeah, that was a crazy match. Did you see that?
I only got to see highlights. Too much work this week, Jason.
You gotta learn to watch better while you're working, like I do.
Yeah, and we all can't just work from home all day.
Yeah, it's definitely helped my fantasy game a little bit.
For sure. Anything? What did you get out of this game, Jason?
City's defense still sucks. Even with Laporte back, they were struggling.
That's a good thing to know.
Yep. I think they're going to rotate a lot more going forward. They already were rotating, but
Yeah, they were even rotating defense.
yeah. And now, like, they got FA Cup this weekend, followed by a short turnaround against Liverpool. After that, they'll have Champions League to play for. There's going to be a lot of rotation going forward with this team.
Yeah. I don't know what to think of. I wouldn't get a City defender.
I wouldn't either.
What about attackers? Are you another big player is going to be KDB? Any plays on him?
I cannot transfer him out at this point.
Yeah,
even if he misses a match here and there, like, I just got to keep him.
I'm not transferring him out. I think he's going to play versus Liverpool. I don't know. We don't know Pep Roulette, but even if he plays like a half, he'll get points.
Yeah, City have a nice schedule coming up too, which you'll see in a little bit. So if you can predict which City assets are going to play and get points, you're going to do pretty well, I think.
So what about Chelsea? What do you think? Do you think you got any specific play, any read on Chelsea? Who do you think you're going to...
Yeah, I think Pulisic shined off the bench in their first match, won praise from his manager in that, earned the start versus City, repaid his faith again by scoring the opening goal. And then he had his shot, cleared off the line by Fernandinho's hand, which led to the red card and the PK. Also had another shot cleared off the line before that. So, I mean, he was everywhere. He's looking great. The manager's praising him. I think he's going to be starting going forward. I think, in my mind, he's the guy to invest in with Chelsea right now.
Do you know how much his price rose? Was he a 0.2 riser?
I haven't seen a rise yet. It was 6.9 going into the match, and it's still 6.9 as of right now.
That's... Wow.
Yeah,
I think that's... I mean, I wonder... I mean, I'm just going to throw it out. Conspiracy theories or whatever. But if the guy was English, do you think more people would have... Do you think his price would have rose? More people picked him up.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty fair.
You think? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, come on, the guy had a great game against Manchester City, and then his price didn't rise? Wow. That's crazy. All right. So let's go to how our teams actually did, who we picked. I scored 72 points. That's not bad. So my old rank 445, and now I'm 450. It's pretty much the same thing. I think the top 10K scored like the 75 points on average. So not like a terrible week for me. My pick of Son didn't come through. I think he was a little unlucky, just barely offside. Not a bad... I still don't think he's a bad choice. Even the next upcoming game week, but there's a lot of different other choices as well. Raul Jimenez, Mr. Consistent. He again, another goal. Great job. Rashford, he left points hanging. He showed that he's not clinical. Martial clearly was the 9 on that game. Bruno, I mean, he looked good. He looked good in midfield, but I don't think fantasy-wise, I don't think he had too many key chances or anything. Right, Jason? What do you think?
No, I mean, he had that one corner kick assist. They got called off for a foul in the box. It would have been great for Harry Maguire. Had a nice direct free kick on target. They got saved. But, yeah, overall, he was a little bit muted compared to his past performances.
Yeah.
So, you think a lot of it's because of Pogba's creating a lot more from deep at this point, kind of bypassing Bruno on occasion.
Right. I just feel like he didn't have as many touches in the 1/3 attacking area as prior games, Bruno.
No, it definitely less. I mean, he still created chances, he still had shots, but it wasn't at the same level as what he was at previously.
I mean, City lose, but KDB got his minutes, and therefore he still got his points. Seems like a consistent guy. Yeah.
Great free kick.
Oh man, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, watch the replay if you haven't already.
Next, I had my defense. Trent was a captain pick. It just always feels a little dirty to captain a defender, so I didn't do it personally. And then Wolves clean sheet as well. Any comments on my team, Jason?
What's that?
Any comments on the team in general?
No, I mean, it looks pretty good to me. I think Son was a decent pick, just got unlucky there with the captaincy. Kind of looking through that. So you still got 2 Sheffield players, Egan and Lundstrom. What's your plan with that going forward?
Lundstrom's playing. We'll recheck the schedule. I don't think their schedule's not good anymore, right?
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't like fantastic. Yeah. Egan's obviously back now from his red card suspension, so at least he'll be playing again. But yeah, I'm not sold on Sheffield right now.
Yeah, I need to get rid of one for sure, but there's just like too many other things. I might have to play like. I don't know what the play is for me yet. I'm probably just gonna hold my free transfer this week. Partly because I didn't get a good scouting review of these matches, and partly because it kind of feels good to have those 2 free transfers, and then even like you could take a hit and do 3 transfers, almost like a mini wild card.
Right.
Something I'm thinking about doing. So I think I might just hold for now.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to your team.
Yeah, let's do it. Man, red arrows. It's not good.
Yeah. You stay pretty consistent though, like 135, 120.
Yeah, I dropped a little bit, so not terrible. But I guess with my team, pretty happy with my defense overall. Similar to yours, Alexander-Arnold, Saiz, Pope.
Lascelles. Yeah.
Lascelles couldn't get his clean sheet, unfortunately. Midfield, I'm holding on to Sarr for now. He's kind of on thin ice, though. He's had some chances, and I think Watford need to score some goals over these last few weeks, and their schedule isn't terrible. So I'm hoping for an uptick from him, but no, I might look at replacing him at some point.
That could be a good switch to Pulisic if you got the money.
Yeah, because he's 6.3. Pulisic is 6.9, so it's not too different.
Yeah, exactly.
Saka, he's going to stay as my enabler right now. I have him at 4.6. He looks pretty entrenched in that Arsenal starting lineup, and he looks pretty good. He's creating a lot of chances, hit the bar previously. He's getting pretty involved in there. I like him. And Arteta's been saying a lot of good things about him as well. Jimenez, I captained him. Mr. Consistent, came through with a goal and maximum bonus. He didn't have his best game overall, but still, he delivered when it mattered. So,
yeah, he got
not going to argue with that.
He attacked that ball and got the header.
Yep. Looking at my bench, I'm going to keep Egan for now. You could do worse than a 4.6, or no, he's not a 4.5 actually, but a Sheffield defender at that level. Grealish, he's out. I already transferred him out for this next game week. So he was 6. He's 6.3. I could afford either Antoine Martial or Christian Pulisic, so I had a big choice between which one am I going to take.
You can afford both?
I could have had either one, but between the two, I went with Martial.
Oh, you're tripling United?
Tripling up on United attack is what I'm doing.
All right. I mean, you're a big Man United fan, so that helps. You can root for fantasy at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, what it came down to for me was just take all the other factors out of it. Right now, who would you rather have in your fantasy team, Martial or Pulisic?
It's hard to say that. You're telling me to take other factors out, then fine, Martial.
Yeah, that's how I decided it.
Fine. I don't know about that because then you already have you need a little bit of diversity in fantasy. It's not always best to triple up on teams because what if they blank?
Then I'll be out of luck.
Yeah.
But
So
hey, you gotta be. I'm trying to be bold right now. Like, I gotta get in the top 100K.
It's a
You
fairly
gotta
bold
change things
strat.
up.
It's a little bit, too risky. Too risky. I wouldn't do it if I was in the 130K. I wouldn't do it. Oh.
Yeah, for me, they got the form. They have the fixtures. I think they're going to keep scoring goals, and I don't expect a ton of rotation because they really need to get either fourth or
Yeah,
fifth.
I don't expect rotation. Yeah, I don't expect rotation,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, when is a player like Martial and even Rashford? Do you consider them to be consistent players?
I do.
You do.
If you take injuries out of the equation, yes.
Uh,
Previously this season, that's really what stopped them is injuries to either them or the creative forces around them. But as long as they're all healthy, I don't see any reason not to back them.
I understand your point, but for me, yeah, injuries have made them inconsistent as players throughout their career. So I don't think I would triple on United anytime soon. If I did, it would be like two attacking and one defender.
Yeah, I considered that too, but it was more exciting to do 3 attacking.
Overall, I like your team. I like that you're being a little bold, but that always plays some risks. You got out of Grealish, good job. I'd say you're just missing Chelsea. Of course, they're a headache in terms of roulette. Another thing I would say, you got the double on Wolves, which is excellent. United, excellent. And this Bakary Saka guy, yeah, this guy is a real enabler. I would highly recommend him now. I mean, let's see what Arsenal do, but at his price and what he's doing, an excellent choice for the rest of the season. Yeah.
He's the top enabler right now.
Yeah, I think this is the enabler for the rest of the year. Is going to be the Saka pick.
Yep.
Okay. So let's move to the schedule finally. Obviously it's kind of the same kind of thing. United, Wolves, Spurs got the best games. Arsenal, they've got a nice game against Norwich this week, so there could be some good options in captaining Auba. Yeah, Jason?
Yeah. See, Arsenal, they look nice right now, but after this Norwich match, I think you might want to look to maybe divest a little bit. Wolves away, Leicester home, Tottenham away, Liverpool home. That is not friendly. So
that's not good at all.
Maybe consider this the last chance for guys like Aubameyang, or even if you're still like Pepe or someone, give him one more chance this week. Then maybe it's time to move out after that.
Pretty much exactly. Like I'd be very questionable about your high, like your elite attackers for Arsenal right now, because Wolves, all they do is keep clean sheets since Project Restart. Leicester, we saw how good they were in the beginning of the season in terms of defense with Ndidi. He's back. They had a clean sheet last week, right, Jason?
Yeah, clean sheet in a boring game.
Yeah, and then Mourinho, Spurs, they're not good at defense right now, but you know that they play a defensive. Their tactic is defensive counterattack. So,
for sure, yeah, they're definitely sitting back and countering right now.
Yeah, and then away, so that could be a game I could easily see Arsenal not scoring. Liverpool, we don't know what they're gonna do, but their defense is always incredible, just depending on who they play and who they actually use, though. So overall, that looks like a terrible schedule after Norwich.
Yep.
I still wouldn't change what I said about Saka, though. That's still the enabler, because that's only a 40.
Keep him. Yeah, for sure.
That's only like a 4.7 or something.
Yep.
Villa, for the people got Grealish, please get rid of him.
Yeah. If Villa weren't bad enough before, they're going to get even worse now.
Yeah, basically, and that's the end of that.
So I like Grealish as a player, don't get me wrong, but right now you got to get out of him.
Chelsea,
It's a nice schedule.
For me, Pulisic, and then maybe Willian. Those were two were my and then Mason Mount maybe. Did he start Mount?
Yeah, Mason Mount plays like every game.
Oh, okay, so Mount is a nice play too. Did he impress at all? Did he do anything?
It was all right. It was kind of a similar level. Like you don't think he's like quite good enough to be in a top team, but he does enough and works hard to like keep his place.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, those would be some options I think about.
What I'm interested in with Chelsea right now is Giroud started the last match, but then Tammy Abraham came on and kind of changed the game. Like he looked a lot better. His pace was pretty dynamic. I think he could be getting starts going forward now that he's like healthy. Looks like he's a little more in form.
Was he injured or something in the beginning of the Project Restart?
Yeah, I think he picked up a knock like right before the first match. Nothing major, but it kind of kept him out. But he's coming on now, so I think he might be a good option to look at.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I saw him on the bench. I was just like, man. And then Giroud played well. So that first game, I'm just talking about Game Week 30.
Yeah. Against City, Giroud didn't do a whole lot, but Abraham definitely looked a lot better in that match. So I can see him starting going forward, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Then, like, any other team you want to talk about other than before we talk about Man United? City,
yeah, real
Liverpool.
quick, I'm going to call out City. They got a great schedule to finish out the season. Obviously, with rotation, we don't know who's going to be playing, but whoever does is probably going to score points.
Yeah.
So if you can predict who's going to play for them,
no idea.
Great on you. That could be a league winner.
Maybe Mahrez, maybe Sterling, maybe Phil Foden. I don't know what the play is.
Yeah, Foden's the budget option. Injured right now, but I don't think it's major or anything. Mahrez, points per game are outstanding. Sterling looked a little off versus Chelsea, so I could see him getting a rest here pretty soon.
Then pretty much, obviously, the United you're tripling on. I have a double on United right now.
Yeah, so just look at that schedule.
Yeah, not too much else to say. What do you would you take a shot at Pogba right now in the fantasy?
Probably not. If you need like a huge differential, he's an option. But reality is Bruno is now on PKs, Bruno's on corners, Bruno is on free kicks. So, I mean, Pogba, he plays deeper than Bruno as well, but obviously he can create chances just with his extreme skills from deep passing or his drives up the field.
He can take on guys too. He takes on guys, whatever, earn fouls.
Yeah, he can do it all. But I think with Bruno, Rashford, and Martial as options attacking, it's hard to go against them. Really, Pogba's skills are supporting their fantasy values when you think about it.
Okay. Spurs, Harry Kane, we are kind of a talk down. Kane, Son, would you think of any other player on that team other than Kane and Son?
If you want to go the defensive route, Aurier looks like a pretty good option. He's pretty much the only guaranteed starter week in, week out. And he attacks a lot, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't trust their defense. Their defense has been really crap all season.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing really defensively in general, but they're still,
They still make mistakes.
Weak.
They're going to make one mistake in game, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trusting them. I'd say Kane or Son, and then that's about it.
That's about where my attention is with Spurs
especially
right now.
When you can go Wolves as cheap options. If you want a little bit more pricey, I'd go United defense. Yeah, so just not thinking about anyone other than Kane and Son for me.
Yep.
And then last, Wolves, excellent team, defense-wise, Doherty. Bowley, Seiss. Midfield, you got Traore. Would you take anyone else other than Traore?
Probably not in midfield,
Yeah.
no.
And then your striker, you really should have Raul Jimenez.
Yeah, if you don't have Jimenez, you need to get him.
Yeah.
It's really hard to argue against it right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on just to the watch list. Pretty much a lot of players we've already mentioned, and all pretty much already the same list that we had last week. We still have Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper from Arsenal, a nice budget option.
Yep, just got a clean sheet, so it is possible, even though Arsenal's defense is a little shaky.
And then,
but once again, their schedule coming up is not great, so keep that in mind.
It's just like an enabler. I don't trust. I don't trust Arsenal defense at all.
Yeah. So most of these other guys we already touched on in one way or the other. I'm trying to think. Stuart Armstrong of Southampton's been pretty good lately. It's only 5.2.
Yeah.
He could be a strong differential option. Otherwise, I think most of these guys we've pretty much covered them or their teams.
Yep. Let me just see if anyone else I want to speak about. Son, James Justin, Harry Maguire. We already kind of touched United's great defense. Doherty's probably going to be your... What do you think? I think this guy Doherty's going to be the best defender for the rest of the season to pick.
Yeah, I think previously he was number 2 to Alexander-Arnold, really. But now with Liverpool's possible rotation, this guy could be number 1 overall.
Exactly. So let's see what's going to happen with Trent. If Trent is being subbed out, not starting, etc., I'm likely going to go to Matt Doherty and just have a triple on Wolves.
It's not a bad idea, really.
Yeah.
Triple Wolves, triple United.
2 defense Wolves and then Jimenez. United, I got the double right now. All right, let's go on. So, Jason, tell me a little bit about the checklist with this week.
All right. So we got 5 things to keep in mind to get your green arrows in Game Week 32 plus. Number 1, we've already mentioned it. Stock up on Man United and Wolves. You probably already have been, but keep doing it. You need to at least double up on both. At least.
Agreed.
Triple up. It's a little more bold, but that's what I'm doing right now, at least with United. Number 2, start getting out of Liverpool assets. We've already mentioned Klopp has already come out and said they're going to rotate, so we know what's happening. They have nothing to play for. So they cost a lot of money, so you can really reinvest a lot of that into your squad elsewhere. But also they can also haul if they're still playing games at all, so be prepared to get burned every now and then if you do that. Number 3, hold Aubameyang for now. The reason I say that, they're playing Norwich at home this week. That's a great match. I personally am captaining Aubameyang this week for that one. After that, I might get out of him. Maybe I'll go to Harry Kane. Maybe I'll downgrade to a Tammy Abraham if he starts again. We'll see. Haven't really decided on that one yet. Speaking of captain, if you don't have Aubameyang or don't trust him, your other options, I think, this week would be a Man United attacker, whether that be Rashford, Martial, or Bruno, or a Wolves player. Attack, defense, doesn't matter. Either way, I feel pretty safe with either a Jimenez or a Doherty in that situation. And number 5, I think it's time to start investing in Chelsea. Pulisic has kind of risen to the top at this point. I think he's going to start going forward, and he looks in form. Tammy Abraham, he hasn't started yet, but he looks like he's ready to, and he's ready to pounce on some of these easy fixtures coming up. So I think they'll be pretty great to invest in going forward. Defensively, I don't trust them quite as much, but Rudiger is a little pricey, but he's going to start every week. Same with Azpilicueta. I think he's a little cheaper than Rudiger, but he's pretty much guaranteed to start. But really with Chelsea, I'm looking at Pulisic and Abraham right now.
Yeah, I would say Chelsea, I would focus more on midfield players like Pulisic. Willian's still on my radar. He took the PK, I believe, right?
Yeah, he made the PK.
Yeah. So, and then in versus Tammy and Giroux, I don't know who's gonna have like the minutes yet, so I wouldn't quite trust Tammy. So it's still almost like a scouting type of thing, but for me, I'd be more focused on the midfield: Mason Mount, Willian, Pulisic, with Pulisic probably having the edge on the other two. Captain wise, I definitely agree it's going to be Auba, United or Wolves. I'm leaning towards Jimenez this week. I know you captained him last week.
Can't argue with that. I definitely was happy I did.
Yeah, Aubameyang, hasn't produced results, so I don't know yet.
Yeah, he hasn't produced results, but I mean, he's been so close the last 2 weeks. I just feel like he's due to score at this point.
Yeah. I think he's usually a streaky player. So let's see what happens. Finally, our final recommendations going into that. I'm probably going to be captaining Raul Jimenez more than likely. United defense, I'm a big ideas of great schedule, and I think they'll be keeping their clean sheets. Lastly, Son, he looks consistent. Both games a project restart. So he's my last recommendation. Jason?
Yeah, I think, closing out the season here from Gameweek 32 plus on, I'm sticking with my Manchester United and Wolves assets to kind of these are the guys you want to have going forward. So determining who those assets are and those teams is the difficult part. But what I ended up coming up with was Bruno Fernandes 1. He's on PKs, he's on free kicks, he's on corner kicks. He's probably going to be starting every match. He's in a more advanced position than Pogba. Obviously he blanked against Sheffield, but I think, going forward, he's still going to be a rock solid asset. Number 2, Raul Jimenez. He's Mr. Consistent right now. Wolves have the schedule. Can't really argue against him. I wanted to include a Wolves defender here, but just didn't. I kind of ran out of room. But Matt Doherty, I think, was really close to my list.
For sure.
Number 3, I went with Marcus Rashford over Martial. Reason for that is Marcus Rashford's a little more creative and has the more assist potential. So that kind of covers him for when he's not finishing like the last 2 games. But, I mean, he's getting big chances. Those are going to go in sooner rather than later. I think he's ready to haul pretty soon. So he just edges Martial, and he has a little less injury history than Martial as well. So
yeah, that's true.
You're really splitting hairs between the two, but I'm just going to edge it to Marcus Rashford at this point.
Did they ever say anything about Rashford's back? Is everything fine with that?
Yeah, there's been no negative reports. They say it's completely healed, and he said no side effects or recurrences or anything. So
he had surgery, right?
I don't know if he had surgery or if he just rested. I can't remember, so I don't want to speculate on that.
Oh, okay.
But he was definitely out for months on that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously I have Bruno on my team, and I got Rashford too, and Jimenez. So, I mean, yeah, the recommendations are definitely, I agree with all your recommendations too. That pretty much sums it up for this week. Any other input you want to add for the week, Jason?
No, just once again, sorry for the lateness of the video. So hopefully you get to see this in time before the early kickoff tomorrow.
Right. I think that
your lineups change. We're gonna try and get out earlier going forward, even if the game week's not done yet. Just due to this whole project restart being, bang, 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 game week after game week after game week. It's crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to maybe filming maybe Thursday night and then sometimes they'll have the Friday game, so then you could film Thursday or even Wednesday. But the project restart, there's no days between, and then we're working guys, so it's not the schedule doesn't always work out for us. Yeah, we definitely will be filming earlier. We'll choose So Thursdays aren't good for me. So if this happens again, like the game start Saturday, or game
Yeah,
starts
we'll
Saturday.
get it out Wednesday night. I think
We'll get it
that'll
out
be our
Wednesday.
key.
Yeah, we'll probably
Either
have to do
pictures
Wednesday.
aren't done yet.
Yeah, I'm like so. It's Friday night. We just got out of work. It's like I keep forgetting the day and stuff.
Yeah, it's Friday night. We're not doing anything. We're podcasting right now. we're adjusting our fantasy teams for you guys.
This is the pre-gaming that we're doing at 9:00. We're pre-gaming for tomorrow morning. Gotta get the fantasy picks in.
You get the coffee pot ready. That's what I'm preparing right now.
So keep an eye on that. We'll likely the next time this happens, we'll be doing a day or two early on Thursdays. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, etc. Congrats to Liverpool. That sums it up for now. Take care, guys. Yeah.
All right, see ya.